it pains me to see that some creators could literally be making multiple six figures from their channels, but they are not making anything close to that simply because they refuse to evolve. So in this video, I am going to be showing you some examples of creators that are stuck in 2019 YouTube. These type of people are not making anywhere near the amount creators that are evolving are making. And these people arguably have much more knowledge, much more specialization, and much more potential than the people out earning them. So without further bullshitting, let's just get right into it. You see, let me quickly explain something extremely crucial to you in case you do not know. Your packaging is what your potential viewer sees first before they decide to click, and this is what they use to judge you and the exact thing they keep in their mind before clicking your video, if they even click your video. And as you can see here, this creator's thumbnails, even though he has 300,000 subscribers, looks like thumbnails from 2019. And unsurprisingly, none of the videos is breaking 5,000 views, even though the creator has 300,000 subs. And if you look at all of the most popular videos from this creator, they are from 6 years, 4 years ago, very, very long ago. These creators, they peaked in the 2019 YouTube business era, and now they are not making anywhere near the new info creators that is dominating the market. I am going to show you examples of those people and how you can emulate them, astronomically increase your viewership and the quality of your buyers simply from the packaging alone. Now I can take you through much more examples of these type of people, like this creator with 40,000 subs only getting around 300 views per video, and unsurprisingly her peak was also 6 years ago. Our most popular video with 180,000 views was also 6 years ago, and now these type of creators are averaging 300 views. This happens simply because the audience have moved on. These type of thumbnails are still everywhere on YouTube, and the buyers of info has become much more sophisticated. In fact, if you look at the age group most likely to purchase online courses and products, they are between 25 to 44 years old. I'm not talking about get rich quick courses. I'm talking about actual specialization courses and communities. And these age range are now extremely sophisticated simply because of the quality of the things they have been seeing both on YouTube and other social media. So anything that doesn't look like quality doesn't get clicks. Anything that doesn't look like authority, anything that looks like it got put together in PowerPoint just doesn't get click anymore because it simply doesn't look like authority. Imagine someone who looks homeless and someone who looks like money trying to coach me on making money. I obviously would only listen to the guy who looks like money, even though the homeless guy might have more knowledge and possibly better track record than the guy in suit. But simply because of the perception of looking like money, I listen to the guy that looks like money. So there are a couple more examples here, but I do not want to waste your time because I imagine you now get the gist of the type of creators that are not getting views anymore, the type of creators that peaked in 2019. Of course, there is the honorable mentions, which are people that are using AI for their thumbnails, which is absolutely a bad strategy if you are in the business niche, because your perception is literally what makes people click. If you are telling me about how to make money, how to do something that deals with money, how to manage my money, and you are looking like this, I simply wouldn't trust you, because this firstly is saturated, it looks like it is directed at kids, and it doesn't look authoritative in any way. I could start explaining every single thing wrong with these type of thumbnails, but that is not the goal for today. This is just a honorable mentions. But however, I'm going to say one thing before moving on to the creators that are making money, which is, if you are using these type of thumbnails, please just don't use any thumbnails at all, and just use a picture of yourself and a simple caption. It is way, way better, much more effective than doing this. Trust me. Now, let's move on to the 2026 money printers, the type of people making millions from their content, some of them even having less subscribers than these type of people, but are making extremely much more money than them. Let's look at how they look, how their perception is, and why they are making this much from simply posting content just like the other people. The first thing you notice when you see this is that every single thing here looks like money. Every single thing here looks authoritative. They look like people who know what they are talking about, even though they are not as old and as experienced as these type of people. And if you want proof of their results, firstly look at this type of person. His most viewed video is literally 3 months ago, and as you can see here, the thumbnail doesn't look, it looks intentional, it looks expensive, it looks like what they are preaching, which is simply making money from your content. And if you are thinking, well, how do I know this guy is making money from it? Firstly, if you go to his Instagram nick setting, you see how much results they are able to get for their clients. And the only reason they get these clients in the first place is simply because the clients click on their YouTube video. From the YouTube video, they consume the value and they understand that these people could help them. Every single thing starts from the thumbnail. It is the buyer qualification. It is what literally qualifies the buyer. I'm going to make an entirely different video talking about that. So if you want to see that, subscribe so you wouldn't miss it. But that's not the point of the video. The point of the video today is just to show you how these people look. And if you are still looking for harder evidence on if he made any money from his content, just look at this. It's ridiculously easy how many millions I made from YouTube. And as you can see here, the thumbnail doesn't look like anything much, but at the same time, it doesn't look cheap. But the point I'm trying to make here is that he made many millions from YouTube. And every single thing here started with the perception of authority from the thumbnail. Now, if you look at Alex Hormozi and then you look at the type of people stuck in 2019 YouTube, you see something extremely different, which is that these people look authoritative from their captions to their facial expressions to the composition of their thumbnails. And this is why they are one of the biggest creators in the world. I mean, think about it. If the biggest creators who have already built authority and already built a track record, people that are known by almost everyone on YouTube, are still creating thumbnails that looks like this and not thumbnails that looks like this, then there must be a reason why it is working, don't you think? If we look at another of the biggest names on YouTube, Imangadzi, and we look at his thumbnails, and no, this is not even his main channel where the goal is to get as much views as possible. The thumbnails are even much better over there, but this is simply a business channel, and yet the thumbnails are looking like this. They look authoritative. You already know that this guy knows exactly what he's talking about, or at least he looks like he knows what he is talking about, and this is simply determined from the thumbnail. And again, he made $20 million with one YouTube video. And guess what was the beginning of that YouTube video? The window in which that YouTube video was viewed. Obviously, the packaging. Because if they do not click, they do not watch. And what made them click was the thumbnail. And as you can see here, it talks about it here, how testing thumbnails led to making over $15 million with YouTube in 2024. He essentially talks about how swapping out a thumbnail from looking a certain way to looking a certain way increased the viewership massively. And this is exactly what I am talking about. Literally, the same type of content could get astronomically more views by simply changing the thumbnail. I have witnessed this firsthand from a video I packaged from about 30,000 views to over 100,000 views, and 22 views to over 9,000 views, and many more. There is one more example here, but I do not want to waste your time. I imagine you get the gist already. This creator started 5 months ago, and 1 month later, they get an outlier which was 2.4 million views. Do you know how hard and incredibly crazy it is to get over 2 million views on your literal second video? Now think about it. What started the views? What was the beginning of the views? If you haven't been following me or you are a bit slow, you understand now that the packaging, he looks like he knows what he's talking about. The packaging itself, the thumbnail looks like this guy knows what he's talking about. The thumbnail looks authoritative. It looks like it is an actual breakdown from someone who probably has experience. And undoubtedly, the video performed well simply because of the perception that was able to make the audience click. And yes, the title is also a big part of this. The title is what cements the authority. The thumbnail is what looks or gives the perception of that authority. This is why the title and thumbnail both work hand in hand as the packaging, and this is why I work as a packaging strategist for serious creators who are looking to level up their content. So if you want to work with me, you can click the link in the description as well as in the bio, book a call and see if we are a fit. And if we are, we take it from there. Honestly, you could decide to do it yourself, but it is going to be much harder to do because you simply do not have as much experience as someone who is doing it full time, and it is kind of a waste of time simply because you could be recording, ideating, scripting with all of those time, but instead you are going to be working on the packaging and you wouldn't even understand the psychology as well as someone like me who is literally doing it professionally. So as I have said, if you want to work with me and let me handle the packaging part of your video, where I would literally be getting you more views from the content that you already make and even content that you have already made in the past that I just simply repackage. And you are going to be getting more views and, more importantly, more qualified views from these videos. And if that is something that you would want, again, the link is in the description as well as in the bio. And I am going to see you on the other side. Cheers.